second one is a short story called Village Boy in the City. It was 3 months after the term started when that guy joined my class at Albian Secondary School in Khartoum North. I saw him many times around the school, but I didn't pay him any attention. Maybe because we were about 80 students in one class and I had lots of friends to spend time with. Or maybe because I was thinking about that pretty girl Lannah all the time. Oh boy, she's very beautiful. You won't know this. She has big and beautiful eyes. She has big and charming eyes that can make you forget yourself when you look at her. All the boys in the school were trying to get close to her, but guess what? I was the lucky one. However, that guy was quite funny in an unusual way. They introduced him on his first day as he came from a small village in somewhere in the middle of Sudan. I don't remember where. He seemed very happy and he was looking at girls like an idiot. He said he had never been in a class with girls, as in his village there were no mixed schools. Even in Khartoum, mixed schools are all private. The real story started on his second day. It was the funniest day ever. I laughed like a madman. The math teacher was in the class. Math used to be the first subject in the morning because they think student brains are fresh in the morning. I hated math because of that teacher, if you want to know the truth. I never saw him smiling except on that day. He was always serious as hell, but that morning when there was a knock at the classroom door, he started laughing in a hysterical way, and we were all surprised and curious to know what was going on till the new guy showed up. He was wearing jalabiya. It is a traditional Sudanese dress for men, and carrying an old bag with his books inside it, and carrying an old bag made from cloth with his books inside it. He said they were allowed to wear whatever they wanted in the primary school he went to, because his village is very small and there were only two primary schools, one for boys and another for girls. People used to go to the cities around for secondary school, he said. Just imagine a student comes to the class wearing a traditional dress instead of the uniform. Anyway, since then, and guys started to make fun and jokes of him. And he was reacting like a silly boy. He was laughing on the things they were saying about him and he never complained. Even I believed he was really silly. Days passed, and a few days after the final exams, we were preparing to leave school for the summer. I was reading a newspaper in a quiet corner in the school park after a cool chat with beautiful Lannah. Boy, you don't know what happened to me when I first met her. My mind went blank. Sweat dripped from my forehead like a river. My heart was beating like a drum, and all the words disappeared from my tongue, and I just smiled like an idiot when she said to me, "Assalamu alaikum." Damn it, I couldn't even reply. Anyway, the guy stood in front of me and said, "Assalamu alaikum, Badr." "Wa alaikum assalam," I said. "Lucky you got the super star of the school," the guy said. "Who do you mean?" I asked. "Of course, Lannah," he replied. I didn't say a word. I just kept reading my newspaper and all. He kept silent for a while and said, "My name is Ahmed if you don't know, and I'm sure you don't." Boy, let me tell you the truth for God's sake. He was right. He really was. I wouldn't have remembered his name if he hadn't told me. Life in my neighborhood was open. People used to speak to whomever spoke to them and treat them like friends, even if they don't know them. And I'm sure I spoke with him many times, but you know that if people aren't very close to you or don't play a big part in your life, you won't care much about their details and they might be unmemorable. All of a sudden, the guy was telling me about his life and how he understood all guys in our class and how they misunderstood him and treated him like a silly boy because he came from a village. Only that day I realized how intelligent he was. Why don't you make fun of me like the others do? He asked. Should I? I replied. No, but they seem happy and I think they enjoy doing so, he said. Well, I know lots of funny things that would make me laugh without making fun or hurting someone, I said. From the first time I met you, I knew you were different, he said. Why do you let them treat you like that? I asked him. If that makes them happy, why not? He replied. I mean, whatever they say won't change me. I know myself very well, sometimes silly and sometimes not, and I'm happy for being the person I am, he added. I was shocked. I was really shocked and felt stupid if you want to know the truth. The silly guy wasn't really silly, but we were. And the most interesting thing I was thinking about, and I still am, is that how did he understand all those things about me while we weren't friends or even close to each other? Last piece, called I Smoke.